Hi, and welcome back to the critical path to a killer resume. Tip number 9, formatting tips and tricks.
Now we're getting into some more magic tricks and some really subtle things. Two columns are better than one. If you see my resume, and this is my actual resume, this is done in two columns. The reason being is that most of the information is in the center column, and the human eye doesn't have to travel very far across the page, which makes it easier to read and again increases the reader's time. Now, quick keyword about keyword searches, or a quick word about keyword searches. A lot of companies, certainly in the United States and some in this part of the world, use keyword searches to search for resumes in their database. So make sure that as you write your resume, you think about, especially as you write your achievements, you think about what somebody might be searching for you with if they were to look just in a computer database, and make sure that you highlight those keywords. Now, don't go crazy with them. Make sure that they make sense, because once somebody pulls up your resume and starts to read it, it shouldn't say financial accountant, financial accountant, financial accountant 30 times over, but just be aware as you structure the wording of your resume that you want to structure it so that computer systems can easily find you for the things that you want to be found for. The last thing that I want to go through is just these last little tips and tricks on formatting. So these are the questions that I normally get. How long should your resume be? 4 pages or less? 2 if you have under 5 years of experience, and that's in Australia and New Zealand. The rule is 2 pages or 1 respectively if you're in the United States. If you're in Asia, there may be some folks calling in from Asia, or some folks certainly in this part of the world applying for jobs in Asia. More is more in Asia. You want to be very detailed. European resumes, not really familiar with, sorry. Don't know how long they should be. Remember, the only reason for a resume is to generate an interview, so be concise and articulate. Don't tell your life story. Be specific. Paint a picture by being descriptive. Again, use those numbers. Make the format very easy to read with lots of white space and bullet points. Make the bullet points consistent and plain. Squares, circles, dots. Nothing fancy. Resumes are meant to be boring. Try not to break up short jobs between pages. Much easier for the reader to follow if one job flows on the same page. Now, sometimes if you're playing with space considerations, you might not be able to do that. Never list your age, marital status, children, or pets' names. I am not kidding. I have actually seen people list their pets' names on their resume. I'm a pet lover, but do I care about what your pets' names are? No. These also can discriminate against you. Stay away from summaries other than the career summary. Don't list transferable skills, employment summaries, etc. They are not going to be read, are rarely well written, and can detract from your resume. Don't use different colors. Any color is fine as long as it's black. Don't use logos. Only if you're applying for a creative type of position, such as marketing, and then sparingly. Again, they tend to clutter, and you never know what type of computer program is behind a logo. They might do spinning things or whatever. You just never know how that is actually going to translate onto a resume. Spell check, spell check, spell check. Not only spell check, but grammar check. Remember the difference between to and to, there and there, etc. And have at least 3 people, some in your industry and some not, review your resume. Remember, a lot of resumes are read by HR people or recruiters that don't have very much experience. So make sure that anybody can understand what you've done. Don't refer to yourself in the third person. It just sounds silly. And unless you're in Asia, no pictures, ever. No, I'm not a broken record. Do not put a picture on your resume unless you're in Asia, then it is expected. Remember, the best resumes only get 15 seconds of fame initially. So make your 15 seconds count. Now, if you've been enjoying these tips, then please subscribe so you don't miss any of them. I'm going to be giving you everything that you need to know about writing a killer resume, about preparing for interviews, about networking with your own network of contacts, developing an online profile that will really get recognized, including LinkedIn, which will allow you to interview while you sleep. I'll be helping you manage your own job search and do the scariest thing of all, approach companies directly. It might be scary, but it's actually the most effective technique that people can use to look for jobs. And I'll be teaching you how to do everything with a positive attitude to keep yourself positive and motivated through this sometimes very stressful process. So subscribe here so you don't miss any of the tips that I will be posting every day to 3 days probably. And if you know of people looking for jobs, tell them about these videos. Tell your friends about these YouTube channels. I'm really, really excited about sharing these tips with everybody. So thanks again.